We'll continue our studies on stem cells. So let's see what are stem cells. Stem cells are undifferentiated cells that can reproduce themselves indefinitely and under appropriate condition develop into a wide variety of differentiated cells with the specialized functions, which clearly states that the stem cells actually will be in undifferentiated form where there is no specific functions for them when they are formed. But whenever there is a requirement of these cells, they undergo a differentiation and forms a specialized cells. So, in order to make a complex organism like us, we need a lot of different types of cells. Our body is made up of many different types of cells. Do you all agree with this? Yes, of course. Stem cells provide these new cells which are required by our body to grow and replace the specialized cells that are damaged and lost during a tear wear or during any tissue damage or during any diseases. Whenever there is a loss of these cells, these are being replaced, means these stem cells produce the cells which are required for that part of the tissue where there is a loss of that cell, and they have a two unique properties, like here you can see that self renewal and pluripotency. What makes them a special cells means they have a very unique property that they can divide over and over again to produce a new cells, and as they divide they can change into other type of cells to make up the body. So this is called as pluripotency. Self-renewal means they have the capacity to divide again and again wherever they are necessary, and pluripotency means they can divide and they can form any type of cells of the body. As I said earlier, these stem cells are those that are undifferentiated, means they do not have any specific job or function to perform. But like other cells, like for example muscle cells they have a function to carry out, like for a purpose of contraction, relaxation, and these hemoglobin, that is blood cells, they have a function to carry the oxygen to other parts of the body. So all these kinds of cells in your body is made up by these stem cells which further undergo a differentiation. And these cells actually they provide a continuous supply of new cells. These stem cells they provide a new cells to the tissue wherever they are required, and for animal cells as well as for the plant cells. The stem cells in adults have a localized specific areas, means they are present in certain areas in our body, like in bone marrow where the blood cells are present, and also in gonads. So this ability of the stem cells to differentiate into a specialized cells together make up a different types of tissues. So this capacity of the stem cells to undergo a differentiation to form a different types of tissues are called as pluripotent or multipotent cells. The researchers who are working on these stem cells are working really very hard in order to create a new tissue using these stem cells that might be damaged during a disease or something else. So here it is an increasing interest for optimizing the cell culture, not only because the cell culture is widely used in a basic research for studying of stem cells biology, but also it has a very important usage in therapeutic studies also. Because of their ability to replace the damaged cells, these cells are cultured in an artificial condition. Here you can see that the cells are being grown in an petri plate, which is known as an in vitro condition. The cells are being isolated from the patient or from the healthy human being, and they are being cultured so that they can be transferred to those who are in need of that, who are diseased. So the artificial condition where the cells are being grown are of more importance now, so that they can study what all the characteristics of these stem cells, and they can be used for the therapeutic studies as well. So let's see the different types, means differentiation of stem cells. So these stem cells, as we learn about them, one of the most common question that arises is like what type of stem cells exist. Like we can't agree like these number of stem cells exist. No, we can't differentiate depending upon the number of stem cells, but we can differentiate depending upon like what they are going to be, what is the function they are going to do. Like that we can differentiate this stem cells. And another type of differentiation is where they are obtained, like what is the source we get these stem cells. Like that we can differentiate the stem cells. Another two which I'll be showing in the later slides. Here you can see the totipotent embryonic stem cells. These stem cells are further classified or further differentiated into pluripotent embryonic stem cells, and these undergo three lines, that is endoderm line, mesoderm line and ectoderm line. And endoderm line, they again differentiated to form a multipotent stem cells where they can become a lung, pancreas cells, and multipotent another type, they can become a heart muscle red blood cells. And another type of these multipotent stem cells, they can further be differentiated into skin cells and neuron cells. So we can find a adult bone marrow, skin, cord and dentious teeth, all of these in the multipotent stem cells. And human embryonic stem cells, it can be developed by inducing these pluripotent stem cells. This can be done by doing it artificially.